Hello, I'm Caesar Skippy doing an exclusive dramatic reading of the Zola story for my and Jocelyn's podcast, Fairly Average. Y'all want to hear a story about why me and this bitch here fell out? It's kinda long, but full of suspense. Okay, listen up. This story long. So I met this white bitch at Hooters. I was her waitress. She came in with this old ass, big ass black dude. So as a Hooters girl, we have to talk to our customers. So I sit with them and we get to talking and she tells me she dances. So I'm like, oh yes bitch, me too. Then she tells me this hulking black man is her sugar daddy. And I'm like, oh yes bitch, my sugar daddy at home. I feel it. So we vibing over our hoism or whatever, and we exchange numbers, and we're like, next time you dance, I'ma come dance with you. And they leave. So the next day I get a text like, bitch, let's go to Florida. And I'm like, huh? She's like, I'm going to dance in Florida, let's go. Now I'm skeptical like, damn bitch, we just met, we already taking whole trips together? But I went to Florida 2 months prior and made $15,000. So I low-key was down. So I was like, okay, I'll go. Who's all going and when we leaving? All this bitch says is be ready by 8. So I call her like, bitch, I said who's all going. And she says, my boyfriend and a roommate and my roommate have a place in Tampa. So I'm like, okay, I'll be ready. So I packed my baddest stripper wear and I'm ready. Now my nigga did not want me to go. He was so hurt. So I had to fuck him calm and then I left. Now when I got in the car, it was a white boy, her boyfriend, and this hulking black dude. Not the same one as before. So I texted her on the slick while I was in the backseat like, another sugar daddy? You got a type, bitch. And the black dude had her damn phone. So he starts laughing and goes, I'm using her GPS. No, I'm not a sugar daddy. I've known her and a dude for like 8 years. We all live together. So Jessica, the white bitch, pulls me to the side and is like, we gonna be at the club all night. This room's for Jared, not us. Don't even trip. So I was like, yeah bitch, okay. But trust, I am not laying my head here. So we leave our shit at the motel with Jared and head to the club. So we working. It's kinda slow, early Friday night, and the club had hella rules which I'm not used to. I'm a fully nude type of bitch. But this club requires pasties and boy shorts and all this other shit, whatever. So after making about $800, I was ready to go. She was talking to some dude, trying to talk him out of his wallet, and they exchanged numbers. So I was like, call your man, I'm ready. She calls the black dude. I'm like, that's not your man, but okay. So I pull her to the side before he pulled up like, what's up with your roommate? And she was like, oh, we're really close. Before I met Jared, I was with him. He was taking care of me. I was like, oh, well, I don't need that. Taking care of me in stripper language means that was her pimp. So I was like, does Jared know? And she goes, of course not. Strike one. So then she goes, I didn't mean anything tonight. What you make? Because he's gonna ask. I said, that's none of y'all business, Jess. Chill. So he pulls up, and as soon as we get in, he goes, what y'all make? We said at the same time, nothing. So he goes, damn, my girl said she had a bad night too. We finna go pick her up. His fiance who lives down there. We pick her up and he goes, nobody made shit. Y'all want a trap? Trap in stripper lingo means trick. So Jessica goes, hell yeah, you got some clients? I'm on the back on mute. He was like, you can get some. So Jessica's like, yeah, I need a trap, but Jared is at the room. And he goes, I wasn't putting y'all in that shithole. That was for him, not y'all. I'm still quiet. We pull up to a nice-ass hotel on the other side of town, and he goes, I'll get the clients together and text y'all off this. He handed her a trap phone. So I'm mind blown at this point. So then we get to the room. Nice as fuck. Just me and Jess, and I start going off. Bitch, you got me fucked up. I'm not about to play with you, ho. I'm going home. And she starts crying, and she's like, I didn't want to take this trip alone. Please don't leave me. I would be so scared alone. She's fucking sobbing. I'm like, oh my god, really? Now I'm feeling bad for the hoe. She goes, you can just check the guys in. He's not gonna force you to travel. I said, oh no, bitch, I know he not. I'll kill dead ass. Kill y'all. Verbatim. So she cleans herself up and there's a knock at the door. I open the door and some fat white man goes, I'm here for the white girl. So I check his pockets, take his wallet, and let him in. They start fucking right on the bed next to me. It was a fucking mess. A mess. So when they finished, he gave her $100. I said, Jess, you selling puss for $100? Pussy's worth thousands. You tripping. She goes, I don't make the prices. The prices are already discussed before they come in. So I was like, bitch, no. If you gonna do this, do it right. So I took some pics of her and put them on Backpage, along with the trap phone number with a minimum of $500. The phone starts blowing up. I was like, see, bitch, I got you a nigga coming up right now, giving $500 for 15 minutes. He comes, I check him, they get it in, he leaves. We're doing this all night. She fucked about 20 dudes and her sorry ass pimp only sent 3 of them. So around 6 a.m., Jarrett calls. She answers on speaker and he is going off. Where the fuck are you and Zola? The club been closed. She goes, we went to another club because it was slow. So I'm Googling 24-hour clubs trying to help her lie, and he is not having it. He is livid. He goes, if you went home with a dude, you're dead. So he has to speak to me? And I was like, man, I'm gonna end up killing these crazy white niggas tonight. So he starts cussing me out. Where are y'all? I know she's lying. Don't be a hoe like her, Zola. I said, I promise you I'm not. He hangs up on me and that was it. We didn't hear from him for the rest of the night. We fall asleep. A few hours later, the black dude, I still don't know his name, comes up. He's like, how much you make last night? Jess goes, $5,500. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is she telling the truth? I pimped her, not him. So he goes, the fuck how? That's good, but I only sent you 3 clients. She goes, Zola made me a Backpage. I was like, wow, here we go. So he goes, you can do my job better than me? I said, I was just helping her out. Your clients were cheap. Starts laughing. Goes, give me the money. She gave him all of it. And he goes, thanks, Zola, you're a real one. And throws $500 at me. I put that shit right in my bra. And Jess goes, what about me? And he said, you owe me rent, Jess. You haven't paid in months. I was like, damn. So we leave and head to Jared and the Raggedy Motel, because our shit was there. As we pull up, Jared chilling outside smoking weed with some dude. Pay attention here. We get out and walk to him, and Jared goes, here they go. And Pimp says, who here go, little nigga? Who this? Jared starts laughing and was like, he's just asking me who I was here with. And I said, my girl and her friends, and that's it. Chill out. The guy Jared was talking to laughs and goes, I'll catch you later, man. Nice meeting you. And leaves. He was a black guy with dreads. Florida nigga. So we go up to the room and the pimp is going off on Jared. You don't know these niggas. I can't believe you told them 2 bitches in here. And Jared goes, he asked why I was out here mad tonight. All I said, my girl went to work with her friend and I ain't want her to. Now the pimp's screaming, so that nigga knows money up in here now? Oh hell no, we gotta go now. Me and Jess are like. So we pack our shit and head out. We went to a nicer hotel about 20 minutes away. So the pimp was like, Zola, keep an eye on Jarrett. I was like, oh shit, he done promoted me to lookout and shit. So he leaves to go back to his fiance at home, and Jared and Jess start arguing. He was like, I know you was trapping Jess. I saw the back page ad, ho. And he shows her a screenshot. I was like, aw shit, here we go. So he starts crying like a bitch. I was like, wow. He's like, I thought you were done with this. I didn't come to Florida for this. You messy. Then he turns to me and goes, that's what you came here for, Zola? I said, hell nah, Jared. She low-key set me up. I'm not fucking with y'all after this. He goes, wow, you even set up your friend. You're such a hoe. And so they're arguing for hours. I want to leave and go down to the pool. I mean, I am in Florida. So my man calls me. I lied and said everything was okay. I didn't want him worrying. I had a nice dinner, and then the pimp calls the trap phone. I answer and he's like, since you a madam and shit, do that shit again tonight. But set up out calls only, cause this hotel too nice to trap out of. I was like, cool, I got you, especially for another $500. So I go up to the room and told Jess to get ready. Jared goes, the fuck again, bitch, no. I said, Jared, calm down, please. So white nigga starts punching himself like crazy people do, dog. I was like, oh, hell no. He goes, if you do this again, Jess, I will kill myself. I love you too much. I was like, this nigga lost in the sauce and his bitch lost in the game. So I said, Jared, sit the fuck down. Jess, come on so I can take some pics. It's already 10 o'clock. Y'all playing. So I make her a fresh ad. We come to the bathroom. I did her hair and makeup and shit. And Jared goes, everybody knows you a hoe now. Fuck you. I want to go home. I'm like, huh? He throws his phone at her, and it's her Facebook, a status of both ads. Her mom is on there going off in the comments. Jessica starts bawling. Oh my god, my mom had my daughters this week. How could you? She's on the floor literally breaking down. I was just like... So Jessica calls the pimp and tells, Jared just put everything on Facebook. My whole family sees. The pimp goes, I told Zoe to watch him. Literally 5 minutes later, it's the pimp banging at our door. He comes in with his fiance this time and snatches Jared up by the neck. He wasted no time. He goes, I really should kill your ass. Jared is dangling off the ground crying, please don't, please. Low-key, I'm crying. The fiance pulls out a handgun, y'all. She goes, you wanna bang or what? Fuck him. He did our go along. I was like, oh my fucking god. So now Jess steps in. She's like, please don't. Just beat his ass, Z. I was like, oh, his name's Z? Okay, I got it. So he puts him down. Z goes, nah, I'm gonna kill his manhood though. And he sits on the bed next to a fiance. He goes, sit in front of me, Jarrett. He does, still crying. He goes, delete the post and give me your phone. He did. And then he goes, come here, Jess. I was so lost. His fiance unbuckled his pants and Jess gets on her knees and starts sucking his dick in front of Jarrett and I. And I was like, yo. He then gets up and starts fucking Jess from the back. Jess just sitting there. I'm standing with my mouth to the floor. The fiance right next to them with a gun in her lap. I was like, damn. So then he gets up and says, go clean up, Jess. You gotta work. He looks at Jared and says, any questions? Jared just says, I want to go home. I laughed out loud. I could not help it. And Z goes, nah, I'ma spend the night with my girl, so you gonna take Jess to her out calls. I was like, damn, that's fucked, bro. He goes, Zola got the clients and addresses so y'all can take her too. And him and his fiance leave. The room is silent for the next 30 minutes, swear. The first client calls and says he ready. So Jared takes us. Z left a handgun but told me not to tell them. He slid it to me on the slick. He texted the trap phone like, I'm trusting you and my bitch, Zola. If anything goes left, use it. I was like, what? Nigga, I can't. So anyway, Jared took us to about 4 clients and then the phone was slow. Me and Jared were in the car together while she was working, so we started having a deep conversation. He wasn't really a bad dude, but he was bipolar, very bipolar, so I understood his outburst a little more. So we head back to the hotel, and I get this one last call late as fuck. And the client says, I got 5,000, but I want 2 bitches. I said, oh sorry, we only have 1. Client goes, well, I got 2,000 for 1, but it's 4 dudes, and we only do in-calls. I was like, wow, what? So I text Z and told him. He was like, hell yeah, tell him come on. So I set it up. The last minute, the client goes, actually, out-call is fine, and gives me an address. So we get in the car and head to the address. Jess goes, it's 4 of them. Can you just wait in the hall, please? I was like, bitch. Alright, come on. So we head up to the room number they gave and Jess knocks. A dude goes, who is it? She says, in call. Door flings open fast as fuck and 2 big black dudes snatch Jess. Bitch, I ran so goddamn fast I couldn't even see straight. I was out. Fuck that. I run out and the car is gone. I'm screaming, Jared, Jared, this fool gone. So I call him, still running, and he's like, y'all done? I said, bitch, Z told you to never leave us. Where are you? And he's like, I'm at the gas station. I was thirsty. I thought she was gonna be a minute. I am still running. Laugh my fucking ass off. Bitch don't know where I'm going. I'm like, they snatched her, dude. Come get me. I'm calling the police. He pulls up a minute later and is like, don't call the police. Call Z. I was like, Z gonna beat everybody ass. He wasn't supposed to leave. And he's like, well, you have the gun. If you call the cops, you done too. I was like, shit, you right. So I called Z and told him what happened. Z is livid. And this deep African accent comes out. I couldn't even understand him on the phone. I was like, man, we dead, bro. So Z pulls up and is like, let's go. I said, I'ma stay here. Y'all go. He goes, I'm not in the mood right now. Come the fuck on. So we all go. Me and Jared on the side of the hall where you can't see, and Z knocks on the door. A man goes, who is it? Z goes, well, my bitch, man. Jessica screams, and the voice says, ain't no bitch in here, bruh. I was like, oh my god. Z goes, open the door. Guess who opens the door? The nigga with dreads that Joe was smoking with at the rundown motel. I was like, yo. So he goes, come in and check, to Z. Z motioned for us to stay hidden. Thank God. So he goes in the room and Dreadhead there by himself right now. Z sits on the bed with his strap out and goes, where's she at, man? Dread goes, well, since she wants to still work for my girls, she clearly wants to be here with us. We still don't see her. So Z goes to the closet and busts the door in, and she in there, tied up, knocked the fuck out. Dread goes, I got 20K for her right now, man, and all is forgiven. Z said, we made more than 20K this weekend alone. Get out of here. So Dread goes, my dude's downstairs not gonna just let you walk out with her like that. Z said, we'll see. Mind you, I can barely see. I'm around the corner. So I just hear everything. Next thing I know, I hear some shuffling and a gun goes off. Once again, I take off. But I took off down the hall through the back. Jarrett wasn't far behind, and then we looked behind us and Z's running too with Jess over his shoulder. He throws Jess in the car and hops in the driver's seat. I hopped in with him and Jarrett hopped in the other car. We got the fuck on. I'm crying. I said, "The fuck happened?" He goes, "That nigga reached for his piece. I shot him in the face, man." I was like, oh my god. So we got back to our hotel, packed our shit, and checked out. We went to Z and his fiance's condo. Nice as fuck, by the way. Jess is up now and she tells us what happened. Apparently they recognized her from the motel and set her up, and once they snatched her, they told her to trap for them and she said no. So they beat her ass. That's what Z interrupted when he knocked, so they knocked her out. I was like, I really gotta go home, y'all. Sorry to kill the mood, but I can't take no more of this. Jarrett was like, same. Z's fiance was in the kitchen counting money, dog. Just like a rich hoe. So Z was like, everybody get some sleep. I gotta get rid of this. Talking about the gun. So he leaves. We all try to get some sleep. The next morning he comes in with tickets for me and Jared. Jared goes, I'm not leaving Jess here. Not after last night. She has a daughter and needs to come home. Z was like, nah, we making money. I was like, wow, with a black guy and busted lip and some Florida niggas looking for y'all, you still trying to trap? Crazy. I was like, well, I'm ready. Jess goes, it'll be okay, Jared. I'll be home in 3 days. Jared started with that punching himself shit again. I was like, man, here we go. Jared goes, come with me or I'm killing myself. Z was like, ugh, not this shit again. I'll be in the car. Y'all two hurry up. So Jared is literally breaking down. You ever seen someone hysterically crying? It's intense. And Jess is trying to calm him. I'm at the door ready. And Jared randomly stops crying instantly, like some movie shit, and goes, so you aren't coming? Jess said, no, Jared, I can't. This nigga Jared runs toward their balcony and jumps. I swear to God, Bible, he fucking jumped. I screamed so loud my heart stopped. Jess runs towards the balcony and this nigga Jared was hanging. He didn't fall all the way, stuck by his pants, thank God. We were only on the 4th floor, but he still would have died. It was a good drop. So Jess is helping him and I call Z, still crying. I was like, Jared is stuck. He tried to jump off our balcony. Z was like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Family lives here, bro. What the fuck? So Z came up, helped get him, slapped the fuck out of him, and physically guided him to the car. Jess comes out and goes, I swear I didn't set you up, Zola. I never intended for you to trap. That's why you didn't. I hope we can be friends after. I looked at her like she wasn't speaking English and I said, I'm not gonna beat your ass right now because you already in bad shape. But I better not ever see or hear from you again. And she walked away. Z literally buckled Jared's seatbelt and we went to the airport. Bear with me. It's almost over. When we landed in Detroit, my man picked us up. We both looked horrible. So washed up and tired. My man was like, yo, who's this white boy and what's wrong with y'all? I said, babe, neither of us are the same. Just take him to his car and take me home. We dropped Jared off and on the way home I told him everything. He couldn't even speak honestly. Check this out, this is the last 4 tweets. I get a collect call 4 days later from a jail in Vegas. Jessica. She goes, we got caught trapping in Vegas and we all got arrested. I said, oh, why you calling me? She goes, Z was wanted for kidnapping 15 underage girls and is linked to 6 murders including Florida. I said, Florida? Murder? You got the wrong number. She screams, ask Jared to bail me out. He won't answer my collect call. I said, Jared, you really have the wrong number. Hung up. Called Jared. He goes, yeah, I heard. It's on the news. He's a huge trafficker. I found out later that Jessica and his fiance played victim and said they were forced, and Z, whose name I can't pronounce, was an African man and was wanted literally everywhere. He got sentenced to life, and I hear Jess is back in Detroit with her mom and baby. And that's the end of that. Thank you for listening to this dramatic reading. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. And stay tuned for more fun like this.